Hello viewers and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. Let us take a look on Mnangagwa's plans to extend his term of office, and it's very important for us to understand what is really happening and what is really going on. You know, a lot of people have been asking me why ZANU-PF people are working on their cell registers, mobilizing, and I have two answers. Answer number one is that they are preparing for their district DCCs, district committee elections. I don't know, so do not actually know the actual name of the DCCs, no really district, but that is it. Number two, they are preparing for a possible for a possible referendum to happen in the nation Zimbabwe. And this is something very important to note at this point in time, to say van plan, long-term plan, so that Emerson Mnangagwa stays in power illegally. Let us hear the explanation right here.
Let's now lengthen the term of office of the president. So instead of 5 years, it's going to be 10 years, 7 years. So it's 5 years will end in 2028, the other 2 years in 2030. That is why we have that slogan now, 2030 Day Shipo. Unfortunately, some members of parliament are agreeing to this because they want to stay in parliament for as long as possible. So you have a major issue that is coming in this country. And we have an answer to that. We have an answer to that Professor Maduku. And we have section 328 that we crafted. And when we were crafting this section, I felt that it was going to be important. So I kept the manuscript. I still have the longhand written part of that section. And this section says, you cannot extend a term limit. But should you want to extend a term limit, you go to referendum. Right? Should you pass at the referendum, should you achieve a yes at the referendum, and there is an extension of term, that extension shall not benefit the incumbent. You see? So that is one of the smart things that we did, Professor. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for this opportunity. Thank you very much.
This is the whole thing. This is the whole explanation of what these people are planning. Mnangagwa nechikwata chavo, and this is the reason why they had to rope in Vanasengezo Chavangu, remove pro-NC MPs, so that they control the parliament. The whole of parliament is now being controlled by Emerson Mnangagwa single-handedly, from the lower house to the upper house. They are in charge. They are in control. So who is going to stop them? Nobody is going to legally stop them from parliament and from National Assembly and the Senate. Nobody is going to stop them there. The only illegal thing which is happening in Zimbabwe is going to be stopped by the citizens themselves. This is an illegal exercise which is happening. Ichapasa mu parliament igonzi yabudirira ku lower house neku upper house, zobva zvanzitoenda ku referendum. Then they will impose a Malaba effect. Kuti, as long as they have extended the term, anongoramba aripo mchida msingadi. Who is going to deal with that? The people of Zimbabwe shall deal with that. Because remember, term yake inenge expire in 5 years. Which means one way or the other, the people of Zimbabwe will flood the streets to remove him because he will be an illegal president. Right now, he has been illegally there. But you cannot continue with illegalities. At a certain point in time, the people will register their displeasure and they will tell you the truth to say, Mr. Men, you have lost the election several times. Mr. Men, you have abused the institutions for a very long time. It's enough is enough. It's the time for us to take back what belongs to us as a nation. So if you take a look on the issues being raised there, Section 328 of the Constitution is very clear. It is very, very clear that when these things happen, then we need to make sure that as the people of Zimbabwe, we stop Emerson Mnangagwa to abuse the constitution any further. He can't be led to abuse our constitution. We can't allow it to happen. We can't. We have to make sure that as citizens, we deal with this issue decisively. So the honest truth is no term extension whatsoever. And if that referendum, if it comes, if you manage to extend whatever you're going to extend, you're not going to benefit it. Which means you cannot plan beyond 2028. That is the honest truth. He can't plan beyond 2028. His stolen mandate is going to end in 2028 and no more. Which means you cannot plan beyond. And this time around, we are not going to allow any nonsense to say we have a transitional government of ZANU-PF, blah, 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 blah. No. We need real things. And for those who are advocating for anything else, you are misleading the people. If the people of Zimbabwe gets to the streets, hear the message. If the people of Zimbabwe gets to the street, it's not about negotiations with Mnangagwa. Because the time to negotiate is now. When people are out of the streets, that is the time to negotiate. When people get to the streets, it means Mnangagwa has refused to negotiate. It means Mnangagwa has refused to sit down and talk. What does that mean? It means the people of Zimbabwe will be moving in, will be closing in. That will be the meaning of everything. So, when the people of Zimbabwe then decides to get onto the streets, it's not for them to go and send pleasantries. It's about them to take what was stolen from them. It's your right. When you chase a thief who stole from you and you catch that thief, you don't leave that thief with your wallet. You take back your wallet and you send that thief to prison. Yes. So this is the issue. The people of Zimbabwe will register their displeasure. The people of Zimbabwe, if they catch the thief, they will take what the thief stole from them, recover it, be in their possession, and they will send the thief to the prison. So for those who stole the election, you are understanding the message here. For those who stole the election, you understand the message. We will recover what was stolen. After recovering what was stolen, we will take possession of it. After taking possession of what was stolen, we will send you to prison. So we are not scared. We are serious as the young people of Zimbabwe. We were simply giving you an opportunity to do the right thing. But it's time for us to start to mobilize. We are now mobilizing. 17 August, Chakachaya. 17 August, we are taking it to the streets. And when we get to the streets, we are not there for anything else. The SADC leaders who will be in Zimbabwe will have to stay for inauguration. If we get to the streets, if you don't resolve this earlier, if you don't resolve this issue earlier and talk to Nelson Chamisa, when we come to the streets, we won't be listening to anybody. We will make sure that we recover what was stolen, and when we recover what was stolen, we will install our own president. Wamakabira yeye. Whether he likes it or not, we will make him our president. It's not a negotiation issue. We will not negotiate with either of you. We are not negotiating with Chamisa. We are not negotiating with Mnangagwa. We are simply removing those who are illegitimate and put those who are legitimate. And after doing so, SADC, which will be in Zimbabwe to witness that, they will have to do the right thing, to wait for the inauguration. So this is the point. This is a fact. You have dead the people of Zimbabwe for a very long time, but I do not think that we can continue as the people of Zimbabwe in this direction and this trajectory. It's time for us as the people of Zimbabwe to take this what is happening in Zimbabwe seriously and lead ourselves to destiny. It's time for us, if our people are suffering in prison because of crimes they never committed, if our people were beaten by the police, then why should we be afraid? Why should we be afraid when our people are being abused like this? Tomorrow, it's me who is going to be abused the same way. I'm not going to allow that to